writing some stuff, really. Um, okay. Right. Then action. Alright. Okay. Hello. Yes. Welcome to the podcast. Um. Yes. So, we have a lot of things to go on. We are not doing the. We're not going to go and talk about random stuff. We're not going to do any collabs or anything. Just let you know. Am I live? No, I am live. Yeah. So, what's going to happen? Well, there's a lot of things happening. Um, yes, you read the title. We are doing something about um uh something about boxing and all of that. I'm really interested. So far we had a couple boxing fights. One with Jake Paul and Ben Askren. We'll talk about that later. But also we have an upcoming fight today, which is the YouTube versus what was it called? YouTube versus a TikToker. And I'm pretty excited because it's gonna be a big event. We also had the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight today. No, wait, hold on. I need to be friends with Harry as well on Twitch. Sorry. Um, so, yeah, want to go just talk about some boxing things. So, let's rewind back to the boxing fights we had. So, Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. Um, before we actually get into this, I just want to say we didn't really get much support in the last stream, so it's alright. But we'll hopefully try to get some support in this stream. But yeah, today I wanted to talk about boxing fights, which will be happening today and the past ones. So Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. I think I haven't said anything about it, but basically, I want to go talk about what really happened. So, as you don't know, Ben Askren versus Jake Paul, it was set. I don't know. I don't. Wait, what was it? I was trying to search it up. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. There you go. It happened on the 17th of April. Um, Jake Paul has won. Yep, Jake Paul has won to Ben Askren on a one-round knockout. It was a 1 minute and 59 seconds, so it was 2 minutes wasted. So Askren was knocked down by Jake Paul because money and other things going on. Jake Paul's also his style was orthodox. We also have news of Jake Paul calling out to another UFC fighter, which I'll try and search it up. His name Woodley. So Tyron Woodley will be fighting Jake Paul. Now it's another MMA star, but this is another MMA star who is a much more tougher than Ben Askren. So Ben Askren wasn't really as a good boxer nor a UFC fighter. I mean, he is really good at wrestling, but he isn't good as boxing. He's not good as like UFC in my opinion. But with Woodley, this could be a potential. Now, because of this, there's also rumors speculating that Jake Paul was called out by Tommy Fury, who is the brother of, I think, Tyson Fury. And I mean to see Tyson Fury having to go into a third, um, having to be forced into a third rematch with Wilder since apparently tampered gloves. So we'll be able to expect something from the fight, but having to read back to Jake Paul's career and all that. I'm not gonna lie. If anyone's gonna say Jake Paul's a good fighter, you guys are high or something's happening because he isn't really that good. Here's the thing. Let's see why I think Jake Paul is not a good fighter. Because he is one of the first ever boxers. I'm gonna say this: the first ever notorious famous boxers to not even fight a single real boxer. Yes, he's for UFC fighters, but those are not boxers. Those are not the same. They don't even carry out the same technique because they have different techniques. In UFC or MMA, we have, I don't know, kicks and all of that. We have to like kick and everything. There are many spots in UFC that you can be able to hit them on the back of the neck and like wrestle them down. Boxing, it requires only on the front, but up above the waist, so you can still fight them and all of that. It is really restricted in boxing, but it is also skillful because it is a really good sport as well. They have bigger gloves than MMA fighters because they just have their fingers a bit exposed. So yeah, Tyrone has never ever had a boxing fight, so that's a downgrade. But Tyrone is a strong UFC fighter. Now, having to see him, I was able to like search up some clips of him to see his skill compared to Jake. Thing is, Jake. I mean, to be honest, having to see Jake, even though he got more wins, he's not as good. Stance is poor. His defense is ugly. The only thing which good about him is his strength. His knowledge is keeping him down. I'm not giving any tips because I just want one loss from Jake Paul, and that has to be one boxer. A loss from Jake Paul is a real boxer, and that's what I want. Not because I want Jake Paul to lose. I just want to see him in a ring with a real boxer. That's all I need. So having to fight Tyrone in MMA, I'll guess that Jake Paul will win. It's obvious because Jake Paul, however, by boxer, but can still fight MMA fighters somehow. All I want is something. Now, figures that Jake Paul was supposed to fight KSI. And why? Because KSI wanted this fight. He was the one who called out to Jake Paul. He fought Logan once, tied the first fight with head guard, no head guard in the second fight, won by split decision. And KSI's next opponent will be Jake Paul. Now, this one will be the end of the end, the creme de la creme of YouTube boxing. But unfortunately, Jake has been ducking him for two fights. Now onto his third fight, he's been ducking him against. Now he's against uh, Tyrone, and because of this, KSI he's been downgraded a lot. Basketball player, UFC fighter, another UFC fighter. JJ, yes, he isn't as good when he fought Logan. Even though he won, he wasn't doing his best shot. Logan Paul was a good fighter, but the only problem is his hugging ability. But also his kind of position of his gloves, he puts them down. And having to see Floyd, he actually was able to put a good show, but it was a waste of money just to buy the fight. And basically, there was a lot of hugging. Mayweather didn't even like show a good let's say, didn't even go show a good boxing skill because he has a massive retire from boxing, and the only record he holds is 50-0, 51-0, and basically his technique he didn't even use it. He just used normal boxing, and the only technique he would use is running away or basically just stepping back. That's all he can do. He can't do his old technique where he has his muscle, his what do you call it, his bicep or tricep, like literally blocking. Because that's his FUD. That's his FUD glove. People say because that basically punches him. He basically leans up. I can't be able to show you because I don't want my camera to be turned off. But basically, he has his gloves up to his cheek, and he has one of his gloves, but kind of onto his kind of right side of his chest, and he basically lifts his shoulder up in order for his third glove to be formed. It's a good technique, but he didn't even use it, and that's why it was a close fight. Because if he were to do that, Logan Paul would have lost. It would be a 3 round knockdown. Like even though Logan Paul is a YouTuber and he actually had some good skill, he would have been knocked out if Mayweather would probably be much more powerful when he fought for other boxers. He was really good. So because of that, I just think it wasn't really a good fight, in my opinion. There was also other fights. We are on the verge. It's the 12th of June, meaning I'm in the UK. I don't know when the fight starts. I was searching up saying it's 2 a.m. British summer time, but I think it's around. We'll just watch it. We'll just see the results tomorrow. But yeah, basically we will see good results with the fight. Um, what else do we see? We also be able to see YouTubers and TikTokers. The majority of people on the YouTuber side, because we know YouTubers actually have better control than TikTokers. I mean, TikTok's just full of these creeps, man. I mean, come on. Whoever decides to go on the TikToker side is just unbearably crazy and immature, as in YouTubers. Like, if you're on YouTuber's side, at least you got a good chance of betting. So this will be a great fight. I'm gonna search up who we got. Austin McBroom versus Bryce Hall. Uh, trying to find So yeah, this will be a really interesting fight. Um, here we go. We also got Deji versus Taylor Hall. No, not Taylor Hall. No, was it? What was it called? I forgot what he's called, but there was also another person. Taylor Hall is fighting someone. I know. Vinny Hacker. There we go. Vinny Hacker. To be honest, Deji has been improving a lot of his skill, and I'm proud. I'm proud of him. Okay, I'm so proud of what Deji is doing right now because since then he was doing poorly. I mean, having to see him in the ring with Jake, it was appalling, and that was like nearly 3 years ago. 3 years ago, and that was his last fight, and he realized it's over for me. It's literally over, and I couldn't be able to see how much pain he was in. So it was a bit big of a disappointment, but here's the thing, okay? Deji could improve. He can improve. And as I want to see, I want him in the ring. And it could be a good advantage. I would love to see him in the ring and just get into the ring with another person. Even though he's a downgrade from Jake Paul, I just want Deji to get a win. Because to be honest, he was able to show a good performance during the Jake fight. And it was good. The problem is training. That was when you do boxing, it's obvious that training is the number one vital. If you do many trainings after that, you're still gonna get knocked out, and that's why Jake. And I'm not gonna lie, even though I really hate him, he was able to show some perseverance in the sport. He was able to train, and that was the opposite from Deji. And because of now, he was able to be having a massive lead. I would love to see Deji in the ring. Like I said again, I just want to see him just improving everything. I'm really proud of him what he's doing now. He's actually getting stepped back into the ring, and I would love to see his brother being proud of him because, to be honest, their brother's like, oh, it's not gonna end well and all that. And yes, it's not gonna go and end well. So because of that, they're able to make out and everything, and possibly a lot of things has happened. So I'm excited for this fight. It'll happen somewhere around I don't know in the UK, very late. But we also got some new things coming around. We also got the third fight with what's his name? We also got a third fight with I think yeah third fight. I think his third fight is with Wilder. Forgot about that. We also got other things going on. I'm trying to think because I know KSI was yeah. All right, since Jake Paul is going to like duck the fight KSI, KSI has one opportunity to fight another boxer, and there's only another person who, guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Who really wants to fight. He really wants to do it, and his name is Bryce Hall. Now, yes, he is fighting Austin, but he really wants to fight KSI. I don't know why. The guy is delusional. Okay. The guy is very delusional. I don't know why. He's gonna get knocked out. Okay, if you're gonna say he's not, you're delusional because he's gonna get knocked out for sure. Because there's no way he's gonna win a fight against JJ. I mean, JJ could improve, yes, and he's gonna improve a lot. And I want to see that. I want him. I want. I just really want JJ to be in the ring again. When he saw Logan Paul, it was a bit appalling, but he did win, and I got goosebumps. Who hasn't got goosebumps? Okay, who hasn't? Because I have. I got goosebumps when I literally saw Jake. Yeah, I mean when I saw Logan Paul lose. I mean I got bigger goosebumps when I saw that. But Logan Paul has improved. He's got more mature now. He has done stupid stuff still, and I'm not proud of that. But here's the thing. Since the fight will be happening, the YouTube versus Boxer. But since Bryce Hall's apparently going to lose or win, I just want him to fight JJ. Just for JJ to teach Bryce Hall a lesson. I don't know who Bryce Hall is. He's this TikToker. He's a big embarrassment. People call him the Jake Paul wannabe. And here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen. I am really, really excited just to see these TikTokers get knocked out. I mean, yes, it is really a straightforward and uncertain prediction. I need to see if my microphone's actually working. Yep, it's okay. But oh my god. But yeah, I'm just so excited. I'm excited for these fights to happen. Um, yeah, just yeah, that's all. There's also other things I want to talk about. Let's just move the TikTokers versus boxing on the side. I want to go and talk about YouTube boxing overall. Now, we have a lot to talk about YouTube boxing, so let's say we move to actual boxing with Tyson Fury and all of that. The potential of YouTube boxing will grow. It will inspire others, and since then, the YouTube boxing wouldn't stop there, since they're fighting TikTokers. We will have a lot of these YouTubers fighting other YouTubers. Now, Jake Paul, yes, he's a YouTube boxer, but we wouldn't call him the best. There is no other better YouTube boxer out there. No one. No one out there. There was no one ever. I hit 100. Yes. I just realized that. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's shut up for a moment. Let's go back. So, oh wow, I just checked on my channel. It's got 100. Basically, we will try and make sure that this whole YouTube boxing thing will still go on. Like, even though it's not professional, I just want to make sure that this will be interesting. Even though it wouldn't really be the best to buy, I want to see what it's like for other to get into the ring. In the future, like, YouTube boxing wasn't really that popular. No, there was no other YouTube boxer back in 2011 who would be in the ring. Alright, there should be one, but they didn't fight over against YouTube boxers. And if they have, it wasn't really that big. The first ever YouTube fight, though, I've forgotten, it was against Joe Will and KSI, but that's all I know. I think there was a fight before that, but that's like the first, for me, that's like the first YouTube boxing I've ever seen. The first I've ever seen. I've never seen any fight before that. And, because of this, it is hard to grow, like, since KS has going on to Little Paul. Distracted a lot of YouTubers being undercards, and a lot of undercards are just fighting under the KSI versus Logan Paul first fight, and it was brilliant. This shows how many YouTubers are willing to fight, and it shows like YouTubers after YouTubers really want this fight to happen, and they really want to be in the ring. And this proves to show how boxing is now the mainstreams of YouTube. So we got all of that. We also want to go and talk about Sky Sports boxings and all of that. We're also able to see some news while I was at school. Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk will be happening. Well, why? Since Tyson Fury unfortunately has to duck down for Joshua. And to be honest, I don't think he wants to do that. But because while they've been like, oh, well, here's the thing, you have to fight me again because the copper gloves. Like, the thing is, it has to happen because number one, it just has to stop with Wilder's whinging. Number two, to be honest, it could be a bigger boost for Tyson Fury in the next few fights, so it'll be really good. So because of this, Anthony Joshua will be hopefully be fighting Alexander. He fought a cocky boxer back in around I think it was around late 2020. So it was since I started year 9, and basically he was able to dominate. He got back in the ring. I mean, he did win against a fat boxer. What's his name? Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz. Don't know how you say it. Two fights. First match loss for Anthony. Second fight win for Anthony. He could be able to fight Alexander. I'll have to admit, Alexander is a strong, fast fighter. He's a funny guy, I'll admit. He's a funny guy, but the thing good speed and this will be tough. Do you have some sort of similar correlations between techniques? And I'm willing to see it. I mean, it's gonna be a fight when it's gonna be as good when what do you call it? When it was a fight. It was Anthony Joshua versus something Alexander Provokin or someone like that, and it was by far the most expensive but richest fights to happen. Anthony Joshua won by a knockout, and it was incredible. Goosebumps got rushing in, and it was by far the biggest fight people have seen. Anthony Joshua versus I forget his name, but yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Oh my god, I am waffling all around the place, but yeah, waffling is a thing which British people say when they say a crap ton of nonsense. So yeah, boxing this year will be interesting. We have YouTube boxers who are going in the ring. We're gonna see some potential fights. Now, we could see. When I say this, we could see a Deji versus Jake Paul too. Why? Why not Gib? I'm not gonna lie, Gib would lose again. But since Deji's gonna win against Vinny, if he shows a massive great performance in the ring, hopefully, I am going to be like, nah, Jake Paul versus Deji. Block the KSI out. Because this is my plan. After Jake Paul decides to fight cleaners and janitors in the ring, I'm going to see Deji get in the ring with Jake. After that, I want to see KSI then Jake. Why? Because only with one fighter against another fighter won't be able to end it. Because since we're able to see one fighter who's able to improve, we can't see a good potential rematch will be happening. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Jake Paul would have got knocked down if Deji trained. He would have got knocked down or be able to be losing. Now, because of that, he won because of training propositions with Deji. But Deji did try his best, but at the same time he didn't. The thing is that I'm excited. I'm excited for this fight to happen because literally going back to the YouTube boxing, TikTok, all of that, we could be able to see after the Vinny Hacker fight, we could be able to see a fight with Jake Paul on the second match. This could happen. This could happen. My entire life, this could happen. A fight against Jake Paul in the second round, second fight, and this could be good. And then with KSI, these two fights will end. Well, this will be like ending it. It'll be like a ending the fight. It will just end YouTube boxing because they know these two fighters will be in the ring because Jake Paul was all on cock against UFC fighters, non-basketball players. When we said athletes, when we said athletes, we didn't mean a boxing athlete. No, I mean a basketball athlete. We mean boxing athletes, not basketball. I mean, yeah, of course they're athletes, but at the same time they're not real athletes. They're not athletes which we would definitely stay in the ring. We wouldn't even see it because it's so ridiculous. So yeah, um, all of that. We also and also this is an inspiration from True Geordie. Please do check him out. I do have a Twitch channel, and do not go to my Snapchat because there's no point. It's not in use anymore. But on my Twitch, I'm able to see a lot of things going on. I'm trying to extend my podcast a bit more further. Let's say I'm trying to extend the description. I'll try to extend everything to make sure that you guys follow the links. My Twitch channel, people to have gaming footage and all of that. I haven't really been posting there for a while because I was busy with podcasts and school and exams like that. So that's out of the way. But yeah, this will be good. Hopefully this whole fighting regime will be over freely time because YouTube boxing, yes, it's good, but at the same time, I mean, it is starting to get really old, and the clouds are starting to, well, they start to suffocate the clouds. Someone's watching. Okay. Oh, it's only one person. All right. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. We also got to talk about past fights. Let's see that past fights. So the past fights we had was let's see. The past fight we had was with actually wait, the title says boxing fights 21. We'll do some fight predictions. We'll do some fight predictions. How about that? We'll switch. Fight predictions. Now we have said predictions a lot, but here are some fight predictions. Now the fight predictions goes as follows. Um, let's see the fight against Jake Paul. Um, I'm gonna say a couple of predictions. First of all, it'll be tough. It'll be a tough fight. I'll just say the round one Semitic type of thing. It will go down and Jake Paul will probably get a few little punches and then after that Tyrone will also be able to land punches. When I see picture from UFC fighters, however, with some sort of terrible stance. Sorry, but stance, you've got to be kidding me. Um, we've also got. Let's see, we've also got some other couple of rounds. So Jake Paul will definitely knock out Tyrone in the second round or third round. But Tyrone is a tough person. I don't know if he's a quick learner from new things because he's introduced by many things. I mean, the only thing I want is Jake Paul to be faced in UFC more than boxing because I want that to happen. So UFC is by far Jake's best choice, and if he loses, he's gonna quit boxing. Well, that's good, isn't it? Is that a good thing or not? Because basically, having to see kind of Ben Askren, I just want him to be part of UFC as well, just to see someone get knocked down. Yes, I have reached 100. Thank you, Jackal Lanson. Oh, he's Jackal Lanson. Oh, how do you How do you? Oh, jeez, you can't be able to view. You can't be able to view people's channels. Yeah. Um, so be able to see kind of other fights being taken, going down, all of that. Tyrone. I don't know if he's a quick thinker. I don't think not a quick learner to boxing. So the thing is that there's also other predictions. The Deji fight. Actually, you know what? Vinny Hacker. No. Hold on. We'll do Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom. So the predictions on that. Austin is powerful, but the thing is, I was able to see the training video for Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall's actually got some good stance. He also got some good accurate punches, but the thing is, what brings him down is basically kind of its strength. His strength looks like it's a bit weak, and he just looks like a goddamn idiot. I mean, seriously, like I just hate it when these stupid TikTokers just like decide they're so better than anything and decides to go into the ring. It's really annoying. We've also got like rounds like people. This should be a close fight. I mean, these two have no boxing experience, not even a spar. I mean, they had some training, but I didn't even see anything with anything related to boxing or anything to do with I don't know, anything professional fighting, MMA, anything to do with like martial arts and all of that. There was none of it, and because of that, I just think it's all been scrapped, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully this will be it's a fight. I just want to make things so interesting. I just want to see something a bit more interesting. Um, this fight will go down in town, and yeah. Another thing, before I might have to end the thing here, but I am running out of ideas now. I want some people to interview because I'm not gonna go and reach out to Oliver yet. It could be on Sunday. I might need to do a podcast with him because having to do my other friends, it wouldn't go as planned. I like my friends. I like my other friends because they're great, but I don't think they would take things seriously. They'll play games and they'll rage. So it would be the best idea to bring up my friends to the podcast. But there are certain friends I will who don't usually who's not usually not like that. So I'm not gonna complain too much, but I may need a person called Oliver 2442 or a Jack Donald or a Jack O'Lantern because basically these are the two people who I really need for the podcast. Now these two people for the podcast will be good, alright? Jack O'Lantern will be able to see his career. Now, if you don't know who Jack O'Lantern is, he's my friend, and he is, to be honest, he is growing. He is growing, and I gave him all the support. Where is he? He's right there, Jack O'Lantern. He's on 450 G's. Wow, he's nearly to 500. Please do subscribe to him because literally, I want to, I want you, I want him to get all the support. He is doing so well. He may not like his, let's say, we may not like his like videos and all of that, but it is really good for people who are invested into aviation and all of that. And I would love for him to like strive. His content gets better every time, and I would love for you guys to try and give him all the support. You don't have to. Oliver 2442. I don't think he doesn't really do much, but he does streams. Please do give him all the support if you can. And who is this question mark person? I mean, these random people. I'm kidding, but Wagwan. Wagwan, my G. Wagwan. Oh, so yeah, please get on the spot. I do need Wagwan, my G. Okay, so oh yeah, I do need some sort of guest to be um I do need some sort of kind of is this hold on, is this Savior? Because he has like millions of accounts. Okay, back to the podcast. So be able to I just need some guests. That's all. I just need some people just to be in the stream. I just need some people. C. Okay, so it is you. Okay. Um. off. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if it's actually you. Okay. I just need some guests. I mean, yes, I just need a lot of these guests to be on the podcast. I mean, I'm running out of ideas, so this is my schedule. I might do Oliver tomorrow, or I might do Jack, or I might do someone else. I need to ask him to be on the podcast. I might invite my friend Cameron into the podcast as well, since hopefully he'll be on the stream. Because of this, this will be great. I mean, during the summer we'll do much more podcasts since I'll be having a good break. Oh my god, a nice break, and I'm looking forward to the summer. Good thing is I don't have to go out. Oh, I might want to come on. Really? Oh, all right. So, I mean, if you really want, I mean, you could just list the friends who you want to be on the podcast, but we might not be like game dev. Okay. So we will have a couple of friends to be on the podcast, hopefully. Okay, I don't know these YouTubers, but I'm so sorry. A 2KYT. Just like send them links if you can. Question mark. And you could be able to search up. I'll just search it up. Alright. Try and search it up, but hopefully I'll try and get more people to kind of interview on the stream because it's really it's a massive struggle for these people to kind of find a way to be in the stream. Alright, I don't know. Okay, this is like a game dev. Okay, I can't be able to find them. I'll try and find them. That is a lot of people. Search up. Okay, it's Riley. Wow. Well, dude, I can't be able to search now about my guy because is that him? Is that the guy with? Is that the guy with 7K likes? It's Riley. Oh, skeleton. Oh, is the game then? Skeletons Y is the game. Damn. Okay, Skeletons Y. So yeah, I just need some more people. The things we'll be able to talk about, which hopefully will be good. We will be able to talk about things such as okay, Y. Sorry, put Z at the end. Oh, Skeleton Y. So one day as Big Dodo, Skeletoni, Tonzi. Okay, sorry. So we'll be able to see some sort. Yeah, here we go. I found this channel. I'll just try and subscribe. So we'll try and talk about kind of your success. We'll talk about YouTube careers, where you want to be in the future. What what will be good for the channel? What will be able to happen? It will be good. It will be great, and hopefully the channel will be able to grow and all of that. And yes, I'm excited for these tests to arrive. And thank you to three question marks for giving me the names of who I can be able to interview with. This will be good. This will be good for the podcast. But unfortunately, I will be only doing this every weekend until the next summer break. And I just guess. So I will have to end the stream here. It's a short one, but I'll try and end it here. I just need some guests. So the next podcast I will hopefully invite some guests. But yeah, hope you guys will enjoy the stream. Make sure you guys will hopefully subscribe and enjoy. All right, enjoy your days, people. Enjoy your days.